got big dreams, I'ma do big things. Yeah, you see me on the big screen looking so clean. I don't move slow, I move fast right past.
What is going on YouTube? Samix Plays here, and today we are going to be doing a kind of a different video. I'm not really going to show too much gameplay today. I'm just going to kind of chill with you guys and go over some stuff. So with the announcement of Season 2, and of course now that we have the dev Q&A and all that good stuff, we have gotten a lot more information than we ever possibly could have without the Q&A. One of which is the Jiggle Physics debate. It's not even really a debate, it's more of like a drama, and honestly I think that most people who are complaining about it actually don't even play this game. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically the devs confirmed that they are indeed adding Jiggle Physics to the game. A lot of people were extremely happy about that. They said it was a big W, which I agree. I think it is. When a huge selling point of your game is like the fan service, right? It's like, oh, it's a looter shooter with very hot characters. It's like, you know, anything you can do to kind of highlight that and make it better is a good thing in my opinion, because it's going to bring in more revenue, which is going to allow the devs to create more content, right? Now, granted, this isn't going to be for everybody. Anytime I post something like this, there's always people in the comments that are like, oh, you know, it's too sexualized, it ruins the game. You shouldn't have downloaded a fan service game if you don't want fan service in the game. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, honestly, every time I read the YouTube comments, I think my IQ goes down at least by like 5, because I literally can't believe that these people exist. Like, it's so crazy to me that these are the kinds of people that get up and put their socks on and go out driving, because it astounds me how stupid people are daily. Now, as I said earlier, like 99% of the community, I would say, has been very positive about this, but of course you're always going to have people that have differing opinions and about how the game should be and how the resources should be delegated, which I don't think that adding Jiggle Physics is going to like take away from our content, right? We've already got a lot of content coming in Season 2. They already said they're planning to front load the season releases with like a lot more content, so that way people aren't just getting through everything in a day and then quitting, right? They're hiring more people. They're doing a lot of good stuff. And Jiggle Physics, let's be honest, boys, it's good for the game. It is what it is. Like, if you're mad about it, stay mad about it, because it's happening. Wildest thing to me is that people are still mad about it. Like, and when I say people, I mean the idiots that are like in the very small minority, but they're making the most noise about it, right? There's a toggle to turn it off. Like, how can you be mad about that? Literally, so they're like, literally they can just say, oh, I don't like this, I just want to turn it off, and you can do that. No, that's not good enough. They have to make sure that their whining is heard and that they don't want anyone else to have it and they think it's bad for the game. Give me a break, bro. A lot of the arguments I've seen is just basically how all women are sexualized in video games. Keep in mind, this is from like the modern audience that doesn't even touch the game. They just saw some random news outlet saying the first Descendant is adding Jiggle Physics, and they're like, oh wow, I can't use my time today to go actually complain about something that would benefit the world, but let me go ahead and cry on Twitter about fake characters in their boobies, right? Like, come on, bro, be for real. Like, if you could dedicate that like passion for whining on something that's actually useful, you'd probably be the greatest there ever was, bro. But seriously, it's so crazy to me that every time the devs take like one single step and it's like the community, not in this case, because I don't think that anyone who plays this game is actually mad about it, but I'm just talking about overall, anytime the devs do something, people are whining about it. Like, it's just crazy to me. I just feel like people are just so entitled. Like, let the devs make the game how they want to make the game, bro. Like, it was no secret that fan service was always a selling point in this game. Like, it's a rated M game. You know what you're getting when you download it. Based on the trailers, there's a lot of like cleavage shown, there's a lot of ass shown, there's like the Haley trailer, the Freyna skin advertisements. Like, you know what you're getting when you're downloading it, man. It's just a looter shooter with hot characters. But as I was saying, a lot of people always are like, oh well, why it's only the females always in these kinds of games that get sexualized. Bro, no it's not. I hate when people just spout random nonsense to fit their narrative. Like, bro, this has been going on since the beginning of time. If you look at any, like, let's for example, let's talk about anime, right? A big one not that long ago, it's kind of been going on for 20 years, where people complain that in anime the girl characters, or the women characters rather, are always like sexualized, right? Like there's always cleavage and fan service and ass, and they trip over and you see their underwear, like whatever the case may be. And then you have some animes that don't do that, right? But regardless, usually always the main character, if it's a dude, and then they have like a woman character as their like ally, right? Or their party member, companion. It would change depending on what anime you're watching, whether it's like a shonen or a harem or whatever the hell it may be. They're always hot, like every time, right? Because you don't want to go watch a show and then the main girl is just really ugly, right? Like it's a fantasy. You want to see like, oh, she's really hot, wow. And you know, that's when everybody started going, oh, she's my waifu and stuff like that, because she's hot and she's like whatever. Like, you know, people don't want to see ugly characters. And that's the same thing how it's always been since the beginning of time, since we've had media, bro. Like, I mean, bro, like you see it on TV, you see it in the news, like news stations. They always hire these really young, hot news anchors, right? Because they know it gets more views. You see it in everyday life, bro. I mean, video games is no exception. You see it in advertising, you see it in commercials. I mean, that's just how people are, man. Like, we like seeing pretty things, we like eye candy, that's just is what it is. I mean, like, and it's just so crazy to me that people pretend like we live in this like bubble world where that's just like not supposed to be the case. Like, no, bro, that's how it's always going to be for the rest of, well, at least my life. I don't know if it'll change in the future, but it's been that way for a very, very long time. Sex has always sold, and it will not change. That is going to be the case. People, as I said, they love pretty things. It just is what it is. But the argument that gets me is always, oh, it's only the women. Right? It's only the women get sexualized. It just creates this standard that women can't live up to. First of all, we're in a fantasy world, but let me just, I'll take the bait. And okay, so it's only women, right, that are just sexualized in media and anime and everything like that, right? Surely in all of these animes and video games, the guys aren't sexualized, right? There's no way that would ever happen. Okay, bro, look at Dragon Ball Z, for example. Actually, look at any anime ever made. Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Jujutsu Kaisen. You have fighting games, which the women are half naked or whatever, sure. But you also have the guys that don't have their shirt on. They're extremely buff. They're ripped. And or if they're not just like super, super big and ripped and buff, then they're like really skinny, but they have like a six pack. They, you know, stuff like that. Like, it's not just like a one gender thing. This is how it is in almost every single show that you're ever gonna watch, unless it's like modern TV where they're trying to virtue signal that they're not going to do that and they're going to just try and be like inclusive and create all body types, which at the end of the day, bro, I don't care, man. Like, if you wanna create a show where there is like a bunch of different body types, it doesn't bug me. It doesn't bug me at all because it doesn't affect me. If I like the show, I'm going to watch it. It's not about that. And it's the same thing in video games. Eye candy is great, but the game still has to be good. But eye candy is going to generate a lot of revenue. And it's going to allow us to get better things in the game because people, they're going to buy that, right? They're going to see the ultimate Freyna skin and be like, oh wow, you know, her ass is showing, she looks really good in this skin, she's got the cleavage going, okay, I want to swipe for it, right? Like, that's literally generating the most revenue, is selling skins, battle passes, etc., right? So it's just so weird to me that I just see so many different arguments on the internet, and I get that a big part of it is just that people are anonymous, right? So they just like cry like for fake outrage because they like want attention or something, or maybe they really actually think it's a problem. I don't know, bro. Like, but me personally, at the end of the day, if I don't like something, if I'm playing a video game and I don't like something and it bugs me enough to where I want to go cry on Twitter about it, then most likely I'll just not play the game. Like, I'll just be like, okay, well, they're catering to somebody different than me. This isn't for me. I'm just not going to play the game. I wouldn't go whine about it on Twitter for 5 weeks because I'm looking for attention, right? So normally in discussions like this, I would include like screenshots and stuff like that to kind of show you guys what people are saying, but I don't want to give these idiots any attention. All I'm going to say is you can go type in the first Descendant Jiggle Physics in Google. You'll see a bunch of articles talking about how it's like incel bait and stuff like that. No, the author of that article is just a you-know-what. I mean, I don't want to say it because it's TOS, but you know what I'm going to say. So also keep in mind that when you are reading these articles, a lot of them are just supposed to clickbait you into just clicking on it because that's how they make their money, right? So I don't trust like gamer articles or news articles or anything like that because their whole goal is to generate clicks for revenue. That is literally the goal. So it might not even align with what they actually think. They're just trying to virtue signal to get the modern audience behind them, and then they get more traction and get more views, aka more money, right? But at the end of the day, I think most TFD players are super happy with the Jiggle Physics. It might seem like a small thing, but I think it's a good addition to the game. I think they need to lean more into the fan service. I think a great example that we got was the Ultimate Freyna trailer. I thought that was super hype, and I'm not alone. I think a lot of other people really enjoyed those trailers. I have not ever been shy or felt bad about being like, yeah, I like pretty things. I like eye candy. Why would I? It's normal. Everybody is like that, or I guess I won't say everybody. I would say a large majority of people are like that. If you see a pretty woman walking down the hallway, you know, odds are you're gonna glance over and be like, oh wow, she's beautiful, right? Like it's not just like you don't look at her and be like, oh my gosh, I'm offended because she is wearing like a skirt and high heels. Like, oh, but people like that exist. I mean, they really do. I mean, even when we had the Ultimate Freyna video, people were calling it like hardcore P. I don't know if I can say the P because I don't want to get demonetized. I don't know if it's against YouTube or whatever, bro. You know what I'm talking about. Like, a girl, a fictional woman in a swimsuit is not hard P, okay? And yes, I am aware of the joke. There is like a triple entendre in what I just said, but you guys hopefully get where I'm coming from. Regarding the Jiggle Physics, though, I do think that if they do it like Stellar Blade, I think that would probably be the best of both worlds. And also, just as a side note, I think this would be the perfect game to get a Nier crossover. I'm just saying, Stellar Blade got one. If the first Descendant is willing to pay Nier, they already said they're willing to do it. Given the amount of money was right. So we might someday see a Nier crossover collab. I think that would go hard, dude. I would love. This is like the perfect game to put 2B and 2A in, like seriously. Or A2, sorry. Anyways, guys, I don't want to yap for too long, but I just wanted to get my thoughts, you know, kind of give my rundown. Also, if anybody's interested, I don't know if anybody is going to watch this since I'm primarily just like a TFD channel. I've never really wanted to do like variety, just because I feel like it's really hard for variety channels to like actually gain an audience. Because what happens is when you make a video for a different game and let's say you get subs and views off people who want to watch that game, but for example, TFD, right? The TFD players would not want to watch that video because they're not relating to it because they don't play that game. So I've always been hesitant about doing that. But one thing I've really been looking forward to is tomorrow, if anybody here plays WoW, they are going to be doing essentially a reset of Classic, and then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing hardcore WoW for the first time. I've never played it before, I've never tried it. I will be super curious to see, because I've played WoW for probably half my life, so I don't think I'm like a bad player, but hardcore is like a whole nother beast, right? If you die once, your character is just dead forever. I'd be interested to kind of see if like you guys, if that's something you guys would actually like watch, or if it's just like you don't care, like you know. So I might kind of fish it out a little bit, kind of throw out maybe one video. I'm still making TFD, is still my main game. I'm still gonna make TFD content. But you know, it's like I'm kind of like right now, I mean, I don't want to just make a video and be like, hey guys, I logged in today, I did my invasions, and I crafted a catalyst. All right, that's the video. I'll see you guys later. Like, nah, bro, I don't want to do that. So I've been playing WoW as well, while I'm waiting for the TFD season 2 drop. But of course, once season 2 drops, we're gonna be going. Like, we're gonna make like a lot of videos, a lot of content. I'll try and like get some build videos out, even though people always beat me because I don't swipe for my ultimates. And then by the time my ultimate is finished crafting, the builds are already out. But who cares, man? Like, I'll still throw them out there. I don't care, bro. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Is hardcore WoW something that you guys would be interested in? Would you just skip the video? Would you not watch it? Would you take a peek, maybe see if it looks fun? Because you have like 200 streamers who are going to be streaming it. It's going to be huge. Definitely the most viewed on Twitch tomorrow. Like, by far, it's probably going to have like an insane amount of viewers. And I thought it would just be chill to play, and also, you know, it's good as a content creator, right? Because when something is really, really hot, you have a lot of eyes on it, right? I mean, I'm just being real with you guys, like, right? Like, obviously it would be good if it like popped off or whatever. So I might try that and see, but of course TFD is still gonna be my main game, and I'm super excited for season 2. I'm excited for the Jiggle Physics, and of course the down bad. I cannot wait to see, what was it, the hot spring skins, bro. You know those are gonna be down bad for sure. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what that looks like. But I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, y'all take care. I'm Sam Explains. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you disagree with me on anything, you can also drop them in the comments. Just don't be an idiot. If you genuinely want to ask why I believe what I believe, give me a reason why you think the way that you think. Like, you know, oh, well, I don't agree with this because, you know, if you just come at me and you're just like, oh, you're an idiot because blah, 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 I'm just going to ignore your message, because at that point, you're just like 1 IQ, can't have a conversation. You're obviously 12 and you're an idiot. So there's no point for me to respond. I need to stop taking the bait under the YouTube comments. But, that being said, if you do want to have an actual conversation about it, I am more than happy to keep it respectful and actually hear you out and why you think it's bad for the game, because I don't understand. I think most people who play this game, they want that added. So I'd be interested to see if there's like some hardcore TFD fan out there that's like, oh, I don't want to add it, and they actually have a good reason, since they're going to have a toggle mode to turn it off regardless. So anyways, let me know. Samix Plays here. Y'all have a good one. Peace out. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. And, you know, of course, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to sub. I pretty much only post TFD content, but I might post some different content here in the future. We'll see. But I'll always be doing TFD. I really enjoy the game. Y'all take care. Peace.